What's up everybody, it's Alex from AB Gaming, and in this video I'm going to be going over something a little bit different. So in this video I will be sharing with you guys how I make my very own custom thumbnails. So in order to have custom thumbnails on your YouTube videos, your channel must be monetized. If you don't know what monetization is, it's basically letting companies put ads on your YouTube videos. I will make a video in the future on how to monetize your account and cover monetization fully, but for this video I'm going to be just focusing on the thumbnails. So first what you want to do is you want to go to PicMonkey.com, which I will leave a link in the description. But anyways, once you get to PicMonkey, you want to also open up Google. So let's just do that. And you want to search for what you want your background to be. So for this video, I'm going to be using a blue grunge. Okay, so once you find your background, what you want to do is you want to right click on the image and you want to click Save Image As. So once you do that, you're going to go ahead and save your image to wherever you want. I'm going to go ahead and save it to my desktop, and I'm going to go ahead and call it blue grunge. So once you have your background, you want to go back over to PicMonkey and you want to click on Edit. Once you click on the Edit tab, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and find your image or your background, and you would go ahead and open it up. So mine's is right here. So once your background image opens up in the editing tool, then you want to go ahead and go down to resize, and you want to uncheck keep proportions. Then you want to make your size, the size of your image, 1280 by 720. And once you do that, you want to go ahead and click on apply. So once you have your background resized, what you want to do is you want to go over to flaming text. I know that the editing tool on PicMonkey has their own fonts, but in my opinion, flaming text has a lot more options to choose from. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to find a text that I like. Okay, so I like this this logo or text or font, whatever you want to call it. I like monsters. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and retitle it Awesome Thumbnail. Okay, so once you make the text whatever you want, you want to go over to logo, and they have other options here. You can make your logo or your font a solid color. You could also make it a pattern, and they have other different patterns over here, as you can see. And you can also make it a gradient. I wouldn't recommend using gradients if you have a gradient background, with the exception of this with this font, because this doesn't really look too much like a gradient. But I'm gonna go ahead and leave it as a gradient, and I'm gonna try to find one that suits the background. Okay, so I like this gradient, Fire Atom blue on black. I think it looks pretty nice. I haven't actually seen. Oh yeah, that looks really nice, especially with this type of font. Then you have the outline. You can make your outline a solid color, or you can make it a gradient or a pattern, but I'm gonna leave it as a color, and I'm just gonna make it white. Okay guys, so I'm actually gonna make the outline color, or leave the outline color at black, because when I change it to white, something messed up and the whole font just turned white. So let's move on. So next you have your shadow. I'm not gonna make a shadow just because I really don't like the shadows. But after that, you want to move on to your background, and I'm gonna make it transparent, because our background isn't a solid color. So we want the background of the text to be our actual background of the thumbnail. Unless your background for your thumbnail is like black or something, I'd recommend making it transparent. So once you're done with your logo or your text, I keep saying logo, you want to go ahead and click next. Then you want to click download. So your text should download. You may have a thing pop up to where you can save it to your background, but that didn't happen. So I'm just gonna go ahead and search for it when we go on PicMonkey. Okay, so once you have your text, you want to go ahead and click on the Overlays tab and wait for it to load up. Then you want to click on Add Your Own. So if you saved your text and it showed this and it didn't give you an option to save it on your background, what you can do, you can click on this little arrow right here, and then it'll bring up a little list or a little menu, and you can click Show in Folder. It won't let me do it right now because I have this open, but you can go ahead and click Show in Folder. Then you can minimize your browser and just drag it onto your desktop. That is usually what I do, and you can see it's right here on my desktop. So once you open it up, you can see your text is on your thumbnail's background. This is actually kind of dark, so I'm going to go ahead and try to lighten it up a little bit. Not too much so that it's obvious, but just a little bit like this so that you can see it just a little bit better. So once you have your text in, you can go ahead and resize it and locate it wherever you want. I'm going to leave it in the middle because there's a little bit of a lighter part right here, so it'll make it easier to see the text a little bit. Okay, so you have your background and your text. You can leave it like this if you want to. I think it just looks kind of plain. And I also just realized that this background has a little bit of watermarks right there, but it's not really a big deal. I'm not going to be using it for anything, but you should probably make sure that your background doesn't have any watermarks, just so that your subscribers don't give you any negative feedback. So like I said, now that you have your background and your text, it does kind of look a little bit plain. So what you want to do is you want to open up a new tab again, and you want to search for an image that you want on your thumbnail. I was looking for the word thumbnail, just didn't click. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a smile face, a smiley face, or a smile emoji, whatever I can find first. Okay guys, so I like this one, this face. It's a smiley face with sunglasses. You can see it right there, but you're going to want to go ahead and do the same thing. You want to click Save Image As, and you want to save it wherever you want. I'm going to save it to my desktop, and you can go ahead and title it whatever you want. I'm going to call it Smile Emoji. Okay, so now that you have your picture that you want on your thumbnail saved, you can go ahead and click on Add Your Own Overlay, and then you want to find your picture, which mine is right there. I highly recommend using a transparent background like this has right here, but if you don't have a transparent background, then you can go ahead and use the eraser tool and just kind of erase out the background of the image so that it looks nice. Alright guys, so I just kind of resized and relocated the emoji, and I made it smaller and I put it under the text, and I kind of tried to center it, but that's pretty much it. Once you're done, you can go ahead and click Save, and then you can just save it to your computer and save it wherever you want. And if that doesn't work for you, for you. Then you can also right click on the image and click on save image as and save it wherever you want. I actually like that PicMonkey lets you do that. I think it's kind of handy because on my other computer, I can't, whenever I click save on my computer, it'll give me a hard time, so I just have to right click and click save image as. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. Hope you